So I haven't been feeling very inspired recently. You know, I just haven't had the drive to get things done, such as doing work or any task that really needs doing. So I went onto Google and searched up inspirational quotes just to see if I could find anything that could inspire me. And this is one of the quotes that I found. Goals for today. Do something nice for others without resentment. Do something nice for yourself without guilt. And you know, that's all well and good. It's an alright quote. It doesn't really make much sense at all. You know, it's a good quote. But why the fuck's there a guy feeding a bird? Where were birds mentioned in that quote? I don't understand the relevance of the photos and the quote. So I thought maybe that was just a one-off, you know. They've just run out of pictures. So I went and looked at another quote. Find time to do the things that make you happy and to be with the people who make you feel loved. You know, not too bad again. But why the fuck's there a dog there now? Why is everyone petting a dog? Dogs were not mentioned in this quote. I don't know what relevance that has to the quote. And this got me thinking, how hard can it actually be to make a quote? It requires two main things. A quote that kind of makes sense but doesn't really, but a 13-year-old will probably find it deep. And then just any fucking picture you find on Google Images. Literally any picture. So then I went hard at work trying to find the best quotes that I could make that really would inspire me and hopefully other people around the world. And the first one I came up with was this. Be defined by your haters. I think there's a solar eclipse going on in the back. I don't know what's going on there. This one just, you know, it was really to help inspire the young people. Be defined by the people that hate you. It gives you a good mindset. It gives you a good outlook to life. People say don't let the haters define you. Well, maybe if we let them define you, you might be defined by them. I don't know. We're going to test it out in a lab on some children. Now, the next one took me a long time to think of. I really had to, you know, think about the past, my childhood, the future. You know, what makes a quote? You know, you've got Gandhi making all these amazing quotes, or you've got Hitler. Did Hitler make quotes? I don't know. You got all these famous figures making these quotes. I had to kind of like slam all the quotes into my head into one to make the perfect one, and I came up with this. Don't let people hurt you mentally. Let them do it physically. And this might sound bad, and it is actually. I can't validate this. I can't give a reason why this would be good. I don't. There's a sunset or a sunrise in the background. The picture looks cool, but then I've just gone and told you to allow people to beat the shit out of you, basically. But if you let people hurt you mentally, that's bad. If you let them hurt you physically, it's also bad. But quotes don't make sense. A 13-year-old will be able to make some sort of sense out of this. They'll make it in like an anagram. You know, all the first letters spell out something. What would it spell out? De la perim. You know what I'm saying? That could mean anything. You know, Lamau. You've heard of Lamau, right? Have you heard of de la petium felium tilia hadiafa? Per. There's per at the end as well, if you didn't know that. There's a per there, so you're welcome. So obviously the quotes I've written have been very inspirational, but also it's not about inspiration. It's also you need to have a relatable side to the quotes that you make. And the more relatable it is, the more people can relate to it. If you see what I'm saying, that's how it works. So I came up with this one. I don't own this car. And there's a picture of a car in the back. And lots of people who search up inspirational quotes are either in the shit right now and probably don't own a car, or a 12 or 13, as I said. They definitely don't own a car. They might own a little plastic toy one or a go-kart, but they don't own that car. So this really, you know, hits home with a lot of people. They don't own this car, so this quote applies to them. And you know, you have people in the world who go on their stories on Snapchat or Instagram, and they post about how everybody hates them, and you know, how the world's so bad to them. And I feel like they really need a quote just to summarize all that into one with a picture that really suits it. So I came up with this. No one fucking likes me. And then we got Kung Fu Panda fucking doing the splits and holding about 7 children, and everyone's looking at him. And you might think the text and the photo do not correlate. And you're right, they don't fucking correlate. But that shit's depressing. If you put on your story, no one fucking likes me, put Kung Fu Panda in there. You know, everybody likes Kung Fu Panda. Everybody likes Kung Fu Panda. You know, if I was about to die and someone showed me a picture of Kung Fu Panda on the phone, you know, I'd be like, do you know, maybe I should die. Maybe Kung Fu Panda. Maybe I'll get sent to the Shadow Realm. You know, maybe that's it. Maybe it can't be that bad. But nevertheless, the quote and the picture don't go together at all. I mean, look at that fat fuck in the bottom left. I hate her. I fucking hate her. This quote would actually apply to her. No one fucking likes me because nobody likes her. Just look at her. Look at her stupid face. I dislike you. And as we said before, there's been lots of famous people who have come up with quotes in the past. One of the most famous being float like a butterfly and sting like a bee. It's a good quote and it really, it works together. It rolls off the tongue, float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. There's kind of like a contrast there. You're a butterfly, but you're also a bee. You're flying around, but you're also stinging. You know what I'm saying? So there's two sides to it there. But that got me thinking, that quote could easily be redefined in something more inspiring, you could say. So I came up with this. Float like a butterfly, sting like a cow prod, because cow prods hurt more. And I'm not wrong. If someone came up to me and said, I've got a bee, and then someone came up and said, I've got a cow prod, which one are you getting stung by? I'm not picking the cow prod. If I'm about to fight someone and they're described as stinging like a bee, I'd be like, alright, well, I could give it a go. If someone said they sting like a cow prod, I'd be like, fuck that, take my shoes, take my lunch money, and take my car, take my house keys, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to get stung with a cow prod. A bee, I can handle it. But if someone chases me with a cow prod, I'm just going to die on the spot. I'll just cease to exist. That's scary. That's scary. Now for the next one, I had to go and quote myself. So this was actually on my Twitter, so follow me on Twitter if you haven't already. Ha ha. Ha. Ah ha ha. Ah ha ha. Nice. So I had to quote myself on this. And quotes are always made to inspire other people. They can really, mean something to the person who made the quote. And this one really does mean something to me. Why do all beans say no added sugar? When the fuck did you put sugar in beans? Sickos. And this one really comes deep from the heart. As a person who, likes beans and used to fucking eat about 7 tins a day, why the fuck are you putting sugar in there? That is sick and twisted and evil. Now all the tins are saying no added sugar. Okay, cool, healthy and that. But why are you putting sugar in the first place? You know what I'm saying? It's a bean. It doesn't need sugar. And that's all the quotes I came up with. So if you felt inspired throughout this video and you gained the morale and power to start a revolution, go ahead. Or maybe don't start a revolution. Maybe just, I don't know, do fucking fold some paper or something. I don't know. But I hope you enjoyed this video and I hope you felt inspired to do something new in life. And before we go, I'm just going to make up a quick quote on the spot that you can quote me on if you want. So the quote I'm going to go with is, it's not if you fuck, is it gay to fuck the homies? Can you fuck a homie without being gay? It is the quote that is it gay to fuck the homies? Is the quote I'm saying. And I hope that resonates when you're sleeping. I hope you wake up in a hot sweat thinking about that quote. And you're very welcome. Is it gay to fuck the homies? No, I'm not saying I've done it. Obviously, I haven't done it. I haven't fucked the homie!